they're not a huge percentage. Most of your top money earners will, when you ask them how many people have you personally recruited, if their compensation plan says that to maximize your payment you need 3 people, guess how many people they've personally recruited? 300. I don't know any top producers that have recruited just enough. I don't know that person. Now some will say, well, I've recruited 20 or 30, but most of the top money earners that I know, you ask them if their comp plan says 3, ask them how many they've personally recruited, they're going to tell you between 100 and 300 people.
I've got a thought on what you just suggested. A lot of the people I know because we're in a circle, we're in a dance community, we're in this community, dance community. So I can see the statement, I'm going to start talking to people in our community, and I'm looking for some leaders in our community, and wanted to see if you might be that person.
So do it by group. So if I've got a family group, I mentioned my mother, right? So I'm gonna, all my family say I'm gonna put underneath her, and you get the next slot open. If it's a dance group or if it's a church, you know, group your people based upon how you know them, right? So that's a great idea, Michael. I like that. And so the idea is people don't like to miss out. And if you don't give them anything to miss out on, then they're not going to take action. Then what you're telling me, your opportunity is open for whenever I say yes. Well, most people are not in the mood to say yes. They're much better at saying no. Right? So give them a reason to break that mental pattern and say, look, I'm not playing games. This is a time-sensitive thing. I will put some more people in over the next week. I just want to know if you're going to be above them or below them. Right? So that's how I leverage it. So the main thing is with the people that you're calling that you know well, I used to be brutal with this, right? And I'm a time challenge guy. I have no concept of time, and I'm horrible at running over, right, Michael? But I used to be really tough when I was training somebody. I'd say, Wendy, you've got 2 minutes to get off the phone with that person when I'm doing calls with you. And you remember the old phones where you could press the button? I'd have my finger on the button and I'd have a clock right in front of them. Because if Wendy says too much, she's going to ruin it for me. The idea is to create a sense of urgency. So the people that are hot, that you know well, what you want to do is, that was unusual. She's so busy. I don't know her like that. What is she doing that's so big? Did you hear? I just got the strangest call from Wendy. She was in such a hurry. She was so excited, but she hung up on me after a couple of minutes. Now, I'm not saying do that to yourself, but the idea is it's called a pattern interruption, right? You want them to see you differently in this mode. Like, there's the friend that I grew up with, the guy that used to be the beach bum, and then there's David the businessman, right? I want them to see a distinction. Now I'm not just your buddy that loves to chill. I'm your buddy that likes to make people wealthy. And I want to know if you're one of them. And one of the things that business people don't give you a lot of is their time. They don't just say, hey, let's get together and talk for an hour on the phone. So with your friends that you know well, be exceptionally short. It'll set a standard for them to go, what is that? It'll raise curiosity. Then when you follow up, they'll probably go talk to 2 or 3 other people saying, I got the weirdest call. Well, great, they're recruiting for you now. Because once they find out the answer, what are they going to do? Oh, I found out the reason why. She's so excited because this thing's going, you got to find out about this thing. I got to go buy. Right? So they're going to do the same thing that you do. So be short with people when they're the people that you talk with a lot. You don't do that with somebody that you just reconnected with after 10 years. But your friends and family that you're close with, be shorter than longer. Any questions on that?